Hey guys, Scott Fishman here with an incredible guest, someone who's been very busy. If you've been watching televised pro wrestling or if you've gone to any events all across, North America, Mexico, all around Mexico too, in North America. Taya, how's it going today?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for the time. I know, thanks for squeezing me in because you're so busy. It's interesting because when it was International Women's Month, everyone, I have all these companies that are posting these big collages of all the women that are part of their company. And one of the things that, one of the constants is seeing your face and your likeness. So, does seeing all that kind of just put into perspective just the type of year that you've had?
Uh yeah, I keep feeling like last year was I don't know, it kind of happened in a flash, so to speak, but so much stuff happened and I got to wrestle so many matches and wrestle with all these wonderful women everywhere and in all these companies. So it's crazy to think back on. I'm very proud of myself. I'm not going to apologize for that. I worked my butt off. I got it done. I proved myself. So, yeah, it's been exciting, and I'm just excited about what's in the future as well. So,
What's cool about it is you're doing a lot of firsts too. So, you've had a career for so long, but you're still kind of breaking new ground here in Women's History Month. I mean, world featherweight champion Taya Valkyrie for MLW. So, of course, you have their big match. Tell me XO coming up. Someone who just signed with MLW. Just talk a little bit about that and how you're kind of helping forge ahead the MLW women's division and being at the forefront of that for the last couple of months and so forth.
yeah, it's very exciting because, I'm obviously the first woman champion in MLW history, and I'm going to be defending on April 6th to Delmi XO, someone who I honestly I don't think I've ever faced her before. I think this is a first time matchup. You can tell I've been wrestling for too long when I can't remember.
Maybe you should have kept the
But
journal.
she was very yeah, no, but she was always part of the Sea Stars as a tag team. She's been around for a while, so I'm very excited for this first time matchup for the MLW Featherweight Championship, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I've clearly proven myself at MLW and building this division on my back and bringing more and more women the opportunities to be seen and to be at MLW with me, and it's just exciting. It's exciting to be at the forefront of that and to see it working and people getting excited and people being invested and yeah, so I'm excited for April 6th.
On top of that, John came on the scene back to MLW. It's interesting because I saw talked to Cesar Duran and he talked about we reminisced about Lucha Underground and just the tight family and the bond that you guys had. How is it for you to see so many familiar faces and kind of building on what you guys created all those years ago into MLW?
It's really fun. Like John and I when we wrestled when we were together at TV these last few times, I was like, this is so fun. Like we hadn't tagged together or been in a faction together since the summer of 2019 when John returned to WWE. And I was like, so much time has gone by. Oh my God. And just being there with Cesar Duran and having people, like Willie Mack there. And then there's Matt Stryker on commentary. I'm like, is it 2017? Like, it's just really exciting. And it just feels very comfortable and fun. And we play all so well off each other and just creating magic again. Lucha Underground was such a wonderful part of my career. I'll always speak highly of it because it really was that first big break for a lot of us. And it really, when you look back on that show, it was groundbreaking. And a lot of people have taken from that show without even acknowledging the fact that they have, like this was a groundbreaking show, and so many new faces, and those new faces now are everywhere on your television, so it's been really really fun getting the band back together, so to speak.
Um, how is when it comes to MLW, of course, that event, the War Chamber, they have a lot of cool concepts. I think what's great about wrestling right now is it's like a menu of different, whatever your taste is. There's so many types of wrestling out there, types of presentation. Maybe, blood isn't your thing, but you're more of a technical fan, or you like kind of more of the character development. I feel like now is more a lot of maybe the most creative, fulfilling, a talent might be because there's so many ways you can go. Do you kind of see that?
Absolutely. I think that the more creative we can get with wrestling, the better. I think creating different stipulations and creating different theme matches or intergender matches or tag intergender matches, whatever it is, there is literally something for everybody at MLW. There is literally something for everybody in pro wrestling. You don't have to be a fan of everything. Everyone has their own taste. That's why it's an art form. That's why it's subjective, and it's really fun as an artist, as a pro wrestler, to be able to play within that world. And MLW has done a fabulous job of doing that.
Beyond MLW, also the Death Dolls, which is an awesome presentation as well. I mean, I tweeted earlier just how I feel like Impact also is great when it comes to featuring women and kind of nourishing those outside the box ideas and character development, which we didn't see a lot of when it comes to women in wrestling, I think, for a long time. But women like that all three of you, what you guys bring with Rosemary and Jessica and yourself, we're seeing so many of that creatively. Talk about just being able to do that, and if maybe are we ever going to see the Death Dolls competing in MLW or another company?
I mean, I would love that. I haven't had so I the last few months of working with the Death Dolls have seriously been so much fun. I think it's written all over our faces every time you see us, because we are really just having the best time working with one another, learning from one another, playing off one another. When we go to signings together, we call it the Death Doll experience, because it's just like there's just mayhem happening all the time. And having someone like Rosemary, who is she brings magic and she brings the undead realm and so many things that we get to create and kind of manipulate as we wish, because there are no rules to magic in this scenario. So it's really exciting. I love the Death Dolls to death. Haha. They're just so fun to work with, and watching Jessica flourish into this sickening character has been amazing.
We always kid about with Matt Cardona collecting all the championships, but it seems like you're right up there with the Reina de Reyes champion, it's featherweight champion. We're also, Knockouts women's tag team champion, and now with NWA, they have a new championship, the NWA Television Women's Championship. So, when it talks about the history of the NWA, just talk about just having another title, because before it was always seen as there would only be like one women's champion and that would be it. But now there's so many, like when you see all these creations coming up, kind of what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think that there's still room in my awards room for another championship, as always. So I'm going to be going after that TV championship. I think it's great. I love that we're bringing more opportunities for women to be champions, to prove themselves, to represent a company and a brand, and the more the merrier. I love it. I'm happy that Billy Corgan is doing this and showcasing the women more, and allowing us all to shine.
Social media has been a buzz about your future with in professional wrestling. What can you tell us about that? I mean, there's when you came out of WWE, you're like, what is my future going to be? And then you worked your way, you put yourself out there like you are, and it seems like the world is your oyster right now. So talk about just what your long-term commitments are, what kind of offers are you fielding, and talk about your future a little bit.
I mean, everyone always just wants to speculate and talk and gossip and like it, I just want everybody to just enjoy what I'm doing. That's it. No matter where I am or what I'm doing, like I'm just trying to put out the best version of myself and the best performance and the best moments and this best experience for my fans and for the viewers. So that's exactly what I'm going to continue to do over the next year. Do I know where I'm going? No. Are people gossiping about it? Of course. That's just the nature of the beast. But keep them talking. I see no problem in that. And yeah, just wait, everything will work out.
What are your thoughts on just matter of factly, what are your thoughts on a Jade Cargill and all the talk about a Canadian in Canada and your name pops up? That's got to be flattering.
I mean, Canada is notorious for having amazing pro wrestlers. Let's be real here. Like there have been so many people that have come out of Canada. So of course she's going to try and call out someone from Canada, because guess what? We are some of the best in the world. So all the best of luck to her, because yeah, we're tough.
So there's plenty of women out there. I'm just curious for yourself, being a veteran. you've been down this journey right now. Talk about just maybe some of the women that you've kind of helped along the way recently, and just sitting under the learning tree for yourself, and the kind of advice that that you would give them, because your journey is just incredible. Getting signed to WWE, and then it didn't work out, and then you went to Mexico, and had that culture shock and worked through that, and then so many years you spent building your brand and everything like that, and now you're finding the success. So in 2023, when you're having all these women coming up, because of women like you paving the way, they're getting these opportunities. So kind of maybe some names that you've been working with, who should we look out for that you really think maybe that isn't getting as much exposure? Talk a little bit about that.
Um, I feel like, I mean, she's getting exposure, but I just want to, put her out there because I think she's grown so much in the short time that I've known her. Um, is Camille. I think Camille is really coming into her own and as the NWA Women's Champion, and I always see her training and working hard. She never hesitates to ask questions. She is so respectful. She works hard. She looks cool. I think that big things are coming from her in the future. I'm calling it now. I think she's someone to really look out for. Even though she is, she's NWA Women's Champion, I still think that she hasn't even scratched the surface of
600
her
days,
potential,
crazy.
and I think that that's really exciting. I definitely, yeah. I also just think that Heather Monroe and Raylan as a tag team, they just need to, they just need that extra little push, and they've been working so hard, and their chemistry is great, and I just think that they just need a little bit, more opportunities, and I would love to see them, come to Impact Wrestling, come to the NWA, go everywhere, MLW, and should be showcased, and I think someone like Billie Stark is exciting because she's a child. She's a baby. Like she's so passionate about what she's doing, and she has so much respect for what she's doing that you forget that she's 17, 18 years old, and I just, as you said, like I have worked very hard to find my spot in this business, rejected over and over again, and had to really claw and find my way. And so for me, it's always so cool when I meet these people in the business that have that same respect for it as I do. And I feel like those women are doing a phenomenal job. And I'm excited to see this business continue to grow, and to see new women come into the business. I just want everybody to make the most of it. I always tell people, work so hard. Work so hard they can't say no. Like, work so hard, your name is always being spoken out. Work so hard that your face is on every show. Like, this is how you get better. This is, like how you get the recognition and the opportunities. And to see so many women working so hard for those opportunities is really inspiring.
Speaking of which, it's about also, when you reach a point when, like, for example, a Mercedes Moné, where she wasn't happy where she was at, and she kind of bet on herself. So we're seeing a lot of that nowadays. Somebody like her, I mean, that's a match we never have seen between the two of you. Kind of, what are your thoughts on what she's been doing, and maybe getting a crack at that championship that she might be holding?
I mean, I haven't been to Japan, and like the last time I was in Japan was 2016, 2017 maybe, with Stardom. And so it'd be great for me to return to Japan. I think it would be awesome. I love that they're doing, this New Japan Stardom kind of working together collaboration, and that there's so many more New Japan shows in the States. I think that's phenomenal for guys and the women. Mercedes bet on herself, like you said, and I think I see a lot of similarities in both of us, because that's what I feel I've done, bet on myself over and over again. And I just feel like she has such a respect for Lucha Libre. She's always, whenever I see her, we talk about Lucha Libre in Mexico and everything. So I would love to get in the ring with her and to have an opportunity at that New Japan Championship. She's on the top of the list. On the top of the list for like a lot of people right now. A lot of people want Mercedes Moné, but she's on mine, so we'll see.
If you were recruiting an MLW for women, who would you bring on? That's out there. That's available.
Everybody. No. I feel like there's so many people that are available, especially with this kind of forbidden door policy or
True.
however you want to word it or say it. But yeah, I just think that there's a lot of people out there that still haven't, gotten that one shot, So I invite every woman wrestler out there who thinks that they, deserve that chance for the MLW championship to reach out. I'm not that hard to get a hold of. And let's make it happen, and let's get you guys on bigger stages and working, you where you deserve to be.
Right, for sure. Well, what do you kind of make of the landscape of wrestling right now when it comes to, you see MLWs on Reels right now, so they're getting, the most exposure that they've had right now, and then streaming has become so big. How do you think wrestlers are taking it most advantage of the opportunities with social media and getting their brand out there, that, or do you think there's more to be done that we haven't explored yet, or more people aren't exploring?
I mean, I think it's really cool that basically people are able to, show their work and share it with the world through social media so much more, easily than say 10 years ago that wasn't a thing, So people, I think, are making the most of it, and to continue to do that. You are a brand. You are representing you. So I think that it's going to continue to grow, and we're going to continue to see people being discovered, so to speak, through social media and through smaller shows, because it is so accessible to everyone. And I think that's a great for the business and great for everyone.
All right. And lastly, just we know you talked a little bit about your future and kind of just enjoying the ride and things like that. Um, so I think last time we spoke a while back, you were contemplating if you were going to go somewhere where you're going to stay, like just be that one company. But now you've had the opportunity to work, you've kind of tasted around a little bit. It's like going in the mall food court and seeing who you like most. And so what's your mindset today? Like by the end of this year or the next couple of months, do you kind of see yourself settling down into one company?
Um, yes and no. I kind of go back and forth because I've just
Okay.
been, having so much fun, like you said, working everywhere. But it would be nice to focus on one company and really be like, that is my key, working everywhere. But you know what? I have never chosen the easy road, and I don't think I'm about to start. So so we'll see what happens.
Okay. For fans, why don't you anything you're most excited about, whether it's wrestling or even outside of wrestling, that you want to kind of let people know about? You have so many different interests, whether it's fashion, clothes, social media, you're all over the place. So it's great to see kind of you're building up that way. But anything else that you're kind of really excited for fans to see?
Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone just keep following me on social media, keep up to date on what I'm doing, because there's things happening constantly nonstop. Uh, uh, but yeah, like I'm very excited about our short film, The Iron Sheik Massacre. It's now won five awards from different film festivals all over America. I'm talking too quickly today. I don't know what's wrong. Uh, all over America. And we'll have streaming information very, very soon. And I am so excited for everyone to see it. It's almost time, guys. It is almost time. We are continuing to win awards. We're gonna have those laurels on the poster. I'm excited. So that's the thing that I think is out right now. That's gonna be really exciting.
Well, it's always fun to see when wrestlers kind of branch out beyond just wrestling. There's a reason why The Rock and John Cena and Dave Batista and them have found so much success in the world of entertainment, and you and John also, so busy outside of wrestling too. So that's kind of really cool to see, and looking forward to seeing what's next with you guys in that realm, I should say. All right. Well, thank you so much, Taya. Definitely catch her on MLW on Reels. Of course, she has that big event, War Chamber, where she has the big featherweight championship women's match. You can catch her on NWA, where they have the women's television championship going on. You have the Impact Women's Tag Team Championship. We got AAA, so much going on. So chances are, if you turn on a wrestling show, you will see Taya. So
You'll see
there you
this
go.
face.
But you'll probably see different versions. So I think there's so many sides of you. So
Yes.
it's really cool to see that.
Yes.
So thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.